All right, so today we're live. We're in the studio. We just filmed a video messing around with TikTok. I'm deleting TikTok. I'm done with TikTok.
Dude, I'm so done with TikTok. It's not funny. Literally, if you follow either one of us on TikTok, please, for the love of God, get off of that godforsaken app and come follow us on YouTube.
Fact. So, the reason for this live stream, we're going to do a bit of a overview, just talk about my favorite airsoft field. Look how short he is. He's a midget.
I can't help
And
it.
we're going to talk about ambush. The chair is broken. It does not... I'm sorry.
Well, you're 6'1" and I'm 5'7", so like it's gonna be like.
Oh, this is realistic then.
Yeah,
this
exactly. Like if we stood up, this
airsoft.
would be the same thing. Yes, I'm short. You guys can make comments and tell me how short I am.
Anyways, so. What are you doing there? Oh my gosh.
I'm getting my coffee, man.
My coffee's cold. I'm gonna need more coffee.
See, this is why you just get cold coffee and then you don't have to worry about it. See,
so I'm over here. I'm over here working, but we want to talk to you about Ambush. What were your first impressions of Ambush Adventure Park when you came to Conestoga, Pennsylvania for the very first time?
Okay, so I went to Ambush Adventure Park. What was it? A year ago, roughly.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, so it was about a year ago. I went to Ambush Adventure Park, and it was part of a like little mini tour that got put on the back burner, right? So I have all the footage from that. I need to upload it to YouTube. I've been dealing with a lot of personal stuff that didn't allow me to do it, but if we're going off of first impressions alone, first time I went to Ambush, I was very, very nervous before I actually hit the field. I was asking PewDiePie like a ton of questions, like what's the rule set? What's the player base like? Are there a lot of veterans there? A whole bunch of stuff, and he was just like, dude, you just gotta play. It'll be all right. He gave me the rule set, which I thought was a little bit weird. I was concerned about it.
Memories from Balahack, originally.
Yeah. I originally came from Balahack, and there was some rules that were different, and it didn't make sense to me when he was explaining it. But then I got out to the field, and oh my God, this is literally like one of the most action-packed fields that I had ever been to in my entire life. So much so that I actually decided to move here and have this be my local field. Not saying that Balahack is bad. I love Balahack. Balahack is a wonderful field, and the rule set makes sense for, you know, their landscape and their player base and all that other stuff. But this small 40-acre field, which honestly isn't really that small. Like I said, I was spoiled from Balahack, but the small 40-acre field was just, it was hopping. It was hopping. Very quick revive times, very quick medic times, just everything was just fast-paced, just go, 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 and that's the kind of gameplay that I loved. You know, you could get schwacked from anywhere at any given time because everything is so high-paced. It's not slow. It's not any of those like daunting airsoft tasks. This is just like go all the time. You have to have the stamina for it. You have to have the speed for it. If you're not ready for it, it's gonna take you down a few levels, even for the experienced airsofters out there. So this field puts out a lot of good players, and it doesn't even realize that it's doing it. So yeah. So let me get your honest opinion. So you've only ever played at Ambush, right?
So I come from a I come from a paintball background. From the time I was like 12 years old, I was playing paintball and played semi-professionally. I played a lot of paintball, and I've been to all the OX fields, you know, everything local, NPPL Boston. Like we did a lot of paintball. Not so much airsoft. I've never actually played airsoft outside of Ambush. So yeah, I played a ton of fields.
Okay,
skirmish, so, EMR, but all paintball scenario.
So you get
games.
it, like different fields.
I played for a scenario team, a paintball scenario team, back when I was like 15 years old. Me and my brothers, my dad, we all played for like a 21-man squad. It was pretty gnarly. So we did the big games at like skirmish, the big games at EMR. So we played those fields, but it was paintball. So it wasn't like I like Milsim more than I liked scenario paintball. Just it's so much better experience.
Yeah.
Milsim, you know.
So you kind of get it though. Like when you go to a new field, it's kind of, you get anxious. You don't really know what to expect until you actually get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was a lot of my experience. I was
a
little bit concerned because I didn't like I said, like Balahack was my local field. Now I had played at a lot of other fields, but you know, when you go to a local field, something that's not like a mil sim or whatever, you start going, I wonder how this player base is going to be. Is it going to be toxic? Is it going to be like really good people? Is the game style going to, you know, align with, you know, the stuff that I've played before? You kind of just like, you kind of have to feel it out. So like the first time I was here, it was a huge eye opener to like a different, like completely different rule set that I was not used to. But the way that it happened, like I said, it makes for really, really good players. Like you have to constantly be on your game at ambush because the people out there are just, they're used to running that high paced, high stress gameplay scenario all the time. Like you, at this field, you cannot just like stop. If you stop,
It's like 360. You're
yeah,
surrounded.
you're
like,
surrounded all the time. Like the medic rule here is when you die, you have to sit still for a minute. Once you sit still for a minute, you can go to a medic. A medic doesn't have to come to you. You can go to a medic.
bleed out and go to a medic. Yeah.
Right. So when you go to a medic, you know, you could end up behind enemy lines and sweeping from behind. So you could be that person in the middle getting attacked from 3 different angles. You're like, what is going on? And if you're not paying attention, it just kind of, you know, gets you every time.
Yep. It does. I think the medic aspect is really cool.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think the medic aspect is cool too.
Yeah, the gameplay, I think some of the stuff I love about Ambush, one, the turnaround time in the briefing area. You generally have a large group of people. You know, you could have close to 300 people. The refs do a great job with the turnaround time, getting everybody, one, chronograph, two, take everybody, get them up to the wall, get them out to the field, get the game started. Decently long games, 45-minute long games, give or take, you know, depending on the game mode. And the reffing staff just does an amazing job. I'm really happy with the reffing staff every time.
The refs here, like, to be a ref here, you also got to have a lot of stamina too because you're not stagnant. Like you have to be moving.
No, Denny runs a tight ship with his refs. He's got a good reffing staff, and I've never had an issue with any of the refs.
It's the least amount of cheater issues I've ever seen on a field.
Really?
The least amount, yeah. So like, any of you guys that have gone to a milsim, you'll know like milsim culture. Like you're gonna run into cheaters left and right. Like it does not stop. Like you'll shoot a guy like 4 or 5 times, like literally in the face, and he'll flinch on everyone and go, "You didn't hit me," and swear up and down. And there's not a marshal for like, you know, 3 buildings, 4 buildings over, and they can't, you know, deconflict that. Here you don't really run into that situation because the staffing here, the staffing here is just like they're on top of it. Like I've never really had an issue. Oh, what's up, Frank Dad? Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, we got Ant-Man, Frank Dad. We also got a question about favorite gun in your collection. We can derail the conversation for a sec. Favorite gun in your collection?
Mine or yours?
Well, let's go with yours, and then I'll just throw out a rando.
Okay. Are we talking every gun I've ever had?
Yes. Every gun you've ever run.
Oh, this is gonna be controversial. Okay.
Do it.
Honestly, my most favorite gun out of every gun that I have ever had, and still is to this day. Actually, I don't think it'll be that controversial. It's the HK416D HPA with an Inferno Gen 2 engine. That thing is amazing. Right now, it's got a little bit of problems, but I've ran it for 3 years, and very, very little maintenance, and it's kept running strong to this day. But if I had to go with my favorite gun before that one, it would be my ARP9 that I first started filming with.
Good one.
Yeah, my ARP9. It was still AEG, and I had a drum mag on it, and I would run circles around people just because it's so lightweight and just fast and maneuverable. That and drum mag because reloading's for sissies.
That's a fact. VFC Avalon for me, the M4 SOP mod. Oh my gosh, that AEG just slaps.
Ooh.
I love that thing. I really do. I've got some stuff coming for it. Carry handle. I'm going OG carry handle on it. Actually, the carry handle's on it right now. There it is with the carry handle.
Actually, yeah.
Isn't she looking spicy?
She is looking spicy.
Rails coming for the top. Throw some sort of
I expected you to be like AK for life, man.
Duh, me and AKs. No, I do love my AKs. I've got a wall of AKs. But you know what? For milsims, for what we've got planned this year, I think that's the gun. I think that's the gun for this year. The VFC, the Avalon.
The Avalon?
The M4 is the gun for this year.
I'm still used to you being like, oh no, AK.
I started the channel as the AK dude. Like, I was legit just going to go AKs only, and then I don't know what happened.
You met me, and I talked you out of it?
Okay, something like that.
Like, okay, so I'm like M4 lover all the way. Like, he likes commie guns, I'm not into that kind of stuff.
No, it's not about commie. Dude, Unbelievable.
So he went out and got a Banshee, and I had to admit that thing's pretty tight, man. Like I never thought I would admit it, but it's probably because it's so much like an M4. The only thing that's different is the fact that it runs AK mags. It makes me happy, but I gotta say, dude, I think you should run with that, honestly. Because if we go to, Nomad Milsim events or Third Coast events, they're really not gonna care what gun you run. It'll still be the assault class, but it's not like a Milsim West thing. If we go to a Milsim West, everything has to be like completely accurate down to the T. And honestly, if the Banshee is the one that's running the best, I would go with that one. But that's a spicy second for sure. Honestly, that would be actually you extend the barrel into that, you'd probably get more range out of that than the Banshee.
Which one?
Your HK, or not your HK, your VFC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you go with VFC, extend the barrel on that, you'll probably get a lot more distance. But the only problem with that is that forward sight is going to be a problem with capturing shots on. I'm losing my words right now. The scope cam. That's going to be a huge problem with your scope cam, so you're going to have to find a way around that.
Got a solution for the scope cam. We're going to run that mount, the barrel clamp mount.
Oh, yeah.
That's already coming, so we'll just mount that to the barrel so we can still get the scope cam footage and then have the helmet cam. Frank, Dad, when did they change the rules from just like a shoulder touch for the medic roll? I saw you mention something about that. He was saying that back in the day, I think 2018, 2019, it changed. It used to be like a 2-second tap and like the person was back in the game. So with the medic roll going right back to ambush, the rules, you have to touch a person for 15 seconds as the medic. So if I'm in the squad, I'm medic, hanging back, bam, just took a hit. Touch his shoulder for 15 seconds, and now I think you actually can move a player. So if we're in harm's way, he's out in the open, I can grab him, technically drag him back to a spot, heal him right there, and then we're right back in the firefight.
Right, but the standard rule for the bleed out time, just to go back to the rules, sorry to cut you off, Frank, Dad, but just to go back to the rules, the way that I understand it is you have, aside from what he just described where you can move a player, if you've bled out for a minute, you can actually walk to a medic. That has not changed. And that right there alone allows for some nasty flanks without even technically being in the game.
It's dirty. Yeah, it's dirty because you can just walk right through enemy lines, get to a spot where you've got a medic. If he's behind enemy lines, get there, get rezzed, and get to business.
Yeah. So the whole aspect of like being able to go, come on, and then pull him into cover and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's like a slow count in comparison to what we do in gameplay, because it's literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dude, I've had medics run up and it's like, come on, dude, like they just touched it, like you're back in. I'm like, no, we gotta play by the rules because like that's dirty.
Be honorable. Be honorable.
Nomad in the chat. What's going on?
What's up, Nomad? How you doing, buddy?
Yes, well, all three of us will be on a live stream at some point. I look forward to that.
Oh,
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to hit you up on a Wednesday to do this for sure.
Yeah, Wednesday is the live stream day / filming. We just wrapped up an Amazon buyer beware type pitfall video.
Yeah, what to and what not to buy.
Yeah.
So we come across
we were comparing shirt sizes.
Yeah, which actually
it was shocking. It was.
I'm not gonna give it away, but it was actually very interesting. I was shocked even. I was so like, shocked. That's crazy.
Leave it to Amazon, man. I tell you what.
They can't get anything right. I'm telling you.
No, they can't. 2-day shipping's taking a week. It's starting to feel like e-bike. Bruh.
Can I say why?
No. Okay. He said, just let me know when. That sounds like a plan, man. We'll set something up here soon.
Absolutely. We'll send you a text message and we'll work out the details.
So back to ambush. What other rules? Denny said okay to tag in rounds. I don't know if any of you guys are aware of that, so we can use tag-ins. There was a guy doing tag in M203 rounds, and he was just laying down the hate.
Dude, I'm actually excited about
a 5-piece.
No, I'm actually excited about that. Yeah. Matter of fact, did you see, now that we're kind of talking about that, like side note, did you see Mystery OT? I think it was like a year ago where you got hit with a tag in round?
No.
Dude, that video like popped all the way off. He got hit
I believe it.
Directly in the chest. It was like one of the videos that blew up his TikTok channel.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, Nomad, can we use tag-in rounds, or are there going to be tag-in rounds available at the events? So, like, if like I have the P-top license or whatever it is, will I be able to buy stuff from you or Amped That would be dope. I'd be stoked. The RPG's hungry, thirsty for blood.
Actually, yeah, that would be awesome.
But we got the
Also,
M203. We've got the RPG.
dude, honestly, if we take 2 of those, that would be the nastiest thing ever.
2 of what?
So, 2, RPGs, or not just RPGs, but anything that's like, tag incompatible.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one threaded, by chance?
Which one?
The underbelt. The underbelted.
Threaded how?
Like threaded
Oh,
barrel.
like rifled?
Or rifled, yeah. I don't know why my brain is not functioning today.
Yeah, that one is. That's a classic Army. That's an OG
Okay.
classic Army one too. Sean
Oh,
found that
okay,
out in the
okay, okay.
barn.
Dude, we're gonna have to test it. We're gonna have to test it.
But the tag-in rounds themselves actually have rifling in for the shell, so you don't have to worry about any rifling. Like
Ooh.
it's so the tag-in launching, the proprietary launching shell, the 40 Mike goes in, the tag-in round goes in that, and that's actually rifled and puts a spin on the projectile for greater accuracy.
Oh, okay. See, now you're teaching me stuff, and this isn't fair.
Yeah, I've played airsoft back in the day. We used to play around my parents back when we were in high school and stuff like that. We would play around my parents' barn, small farmette, and then out in the woods. We had like probably 10 to 15 acres that we would play on, and we do these crazy night games where we'd have like 40 players. We do like this 40-player night game. It was just insane. We did that growing up, and then there was an abandoned hotel we used to play at too, and that was around 40 to 50 players that we would go do these small milsim events, and we got out of that, and I continued playing paintball, but I've only been playing serious airsoft. Look at that wall over there. I've only been playing serious airsoft for a year.
That's crazy. Okay, so my journey, I started back when I used to live in West Virginia. So yes, I'm originally from Alabama, but I had a really good friend out in West Virginia when I moved there for a short period of time. I want to say about 3 years of my life. And I had a really good friend named Shay, and we actually used to go to this place called the Beanery, which was like a little, like old railroad track kind of station, like old railroad station or whatever. We used to go there, and I'm surprised that I still have both of my eyes, because this was back in the days before there was regulation, when we used to play with the, .12s out of the little clear AEGs, and they were awful. They were really awful, but yeah, we didn't have iPro, nothing like that. So don't follow my example. Make sure you wear iPro, kids. Okay, just make that clear right now.
You
iPro.
only get these two. That's it. One shot at this.
Not to mention, if you lose one, that's a lot of vision gone. That's 50%. Okay, 50%. It's gone. You never get it back.
We played now. A lot of milsim events will actually just let you use safety glasses. Or does it have to be full seal? Because I've seen pictures, I've seen stuff like what's the deal with that?
So Milsim West, from what I understand, I've actually never played a Milsim West event, but I have a lot of friends that have. So the way that I understand it is you can get away with like M frames or anything else like that, and they don't have to be full seal.
Okay.
But the advice that I'm going to tell you, coming from like martial background and all that other stuff, is you want to make sure that it's full seal, because a BB is tiny, right? And if that BB comes in from the side and rattles around and ricochets off your glasses and hits you in the eye, it's nobody's fault except for your own. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you have the opportunity to make your protection the best that it possibly can be. Yeah, things fog. There's ways around that. It's not perfect. They're coming up with more and more stuff. You also have fan systems that you could put in your goggles and stuff like that, which I highly recommend. But just make sure you're wearing full seal, because if you're not and you lose an eye, you have nobody else to blame but yourself.
Yeah.
But if you are one of those guys that just has to run like the M frames or the crossbows without the full seal kit and all that other stuff, like, play at your own risk.
That's the kind of stuff we used to play in though. Like, we do those 40-man mini events at night.
No, it's better than just, no protection. Like, don't get me wrong. And
I would never.
The likelihood of it like coming in from behind and hitting is like slim to none, but at the same time, like, you're drastically opening up that chance when you don't have something that's full seal. So the pencil test, right? If you guys have ever heard of the pencil test, basically you take the eraser of a pencil and you run it up your face, and if it comes in At any point, that's the weak point in your goggles or your glasses or whatever. And if it can make it through there, then a BB can make it through there. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, Mr. Turbo's in the house. I just wanted to say hi to Mr. Turbo. Airsoft guys, you know him as Ice Bear. I just gave you away, Rick. Haha.
What's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
Sorry, dude. Not really. Nope, we got 5 people watching.
Oh, a whole 5 people. I love it.
4 people. My bad.
4 people.
We
Guys,
did
share
have 5.
this. Let your friends know that we're live. Like, just let them know. Like,
I was over here editing a video and I was just making you talk. How's the video doing?
So,
1,300. Man, he could do better.
Oh, we could definitely do better, but I'm almost at 200, guys. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but 199. Like, we're 1 away.
Go give him a follow. Help him.
Nah,
Anyways,
I'm not
back
gonna steal the thunder from your channel.
Yo, what's up, bud? Oh, we got there's your sub right there. There's your sub.
Oh, I
Ambush
just got a sub.
Airsofter. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Oh. Wait. Let's confirm.
Get the champagne out.
Get the champagne.
We joked about him hitting 200 by the end of the night.
Dude, if I hit 200.
Oh, Frank just confirmed it. Ready? Refresh.
Wait, hold on.
Just drag it down.
No, man, don't do that. I have an Android
He needs an
user.
iPhone. He needs a freaking iPhone.
No,
I'm
stop
sorry,
that.
guys. I'm sorry. Go back to the channel.
Let's see.
I believe Frankie.
No, still not. Okay, let's do this. Let's completely refresh. Completely. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't know. I think my phone's just being
no.
slow. No, it's not there.
Still. Oh man.
Still, I don't know what's going
I
on.
don't know.
I think my phone's just being slow. I believe you guys.
He's
I
not at it
100%
yet.
believe you guys.
No, Frank said he's not at it yet. It was so close. We're waiting. All right, but anyways, back to you in the studio. No, I'm just kidding. He just said just sub now. Awesome. So, yeah, ambush. Back to ambush. The fields. What's your favorite part? I mean, if you broke it down into sections, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. What is your favorite part of ambush?
Oh, that's so difficult. All right, so the way that I run, right? So I'm your standard assault guy. So the way that I like to run is I like capturing objectives, but I'm really well known for CQBing in like outdoor environments. Like that's my thing. I like CQBing in outdoor environments. So like if you're behind a tree or behind like a Jersey barrier or whatever, like that's what I like. That's where I like to beat you
And
at.
Jersey barriers grow everywhere here in Pennsylvania. I'm kidding. That was a terrible joke.
Anyways, so like if you're behind a Jersey barrier or whatever, like my goal is to get up on you and scare you. Like that's how I like to play. So honestly, that section to the right, I don't know what you call it because it was only my second time playing an ambush. But the section to the right, when you come into the field, that mass of like trees and like debris laying everywhere where the barrels are. You know what I'm talking about?
When you're walking in the main path, it's just to your right.
Yeah.
That would
So,
have
like,
been
that
that
whole
whole
wooded
back in the day
section.
when I was reffing, that would have been Small Woods, but I think they changed the name of that. Somebody can Upper Woods. Yeah, we called it
Upper Woods. I love the Upper Woods just because you have to tactically move. Like you have to take things out at a distance.
They got the buildings in there.
Yeah.
The buildings in there. The buildings are just awesome. Yeah.
You got to take things out at a distance so you can strategically move to get up closer to your opponents. I like that. It's a lot more strategy involved, unlike the trailers, which don't get me wrong. If you like intensity, get into the trailers and move around in those things because you will be blown away at how much CQB is going on in there. But it's more strategy over there in the Upper Woods, like you were talking about. There's a lot more strategy over there, and it just makes for, in my opinion, better content if you have a scope camera. If you have that scope camera, that's cool, and it makes a lot more content. But if you're just running GoPro, the trailers is where it's at.
The only thing I don't like about GoPro in trailers is the white balance and it constantly adjusting for like
That's where I come in with a
temperature and stuff.
flashlight.
Yeah, not even white balance, but the GoPro just, I don't know, man. in and out of the buildings, especially on a bright summer day, it's not that great. We had an overcast day where it was awesome. You could look straight through like multiple trailers, run in the trailers, see out the windows, see inside. Nothing was changing. It was just.
Dude, that would be awesome.
It was a perfect day.
No, that when
for
we got into the
gameplay.
trailers down on the other side of the upper woods, so I guess it's the lower woods. I guess we would call it.
Where
Those
one-
bottom trailers all the way at the other end of the field. So you have the upper
That's
woods.
the city.
across-
So that's the city. That whole section is the city. So
okay,
like,
so those
all of
lower
the-
trailers in the city.
still considered in the city. Yeah.
Okay, so when we hit those lower trailers in the city,
Yeah.
it was really, really, really dark
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
in those trailers. Like, I'm talking like so dark you could barely see in front of your face.
He used a white light. We were clearing corners.
I
with
used
a
a
white light.
1,000 lumen TLR just to clear those rooms, and I was like, well, I know they're gonna know I'm coming, so I might as well just go for it.
I couldn't have been stacked up any closer to this guy. I'm like on his shoulder with my rifle coming around the corner as he's clearing it too. It was pretty.
Honestly,
It
it
was
was pretty
pretty
sketch because I was
comical.
sitting there. I was like, oh, like I'm full tucked, like elbow tucked in, just like, oh god, like here we go. It's
Actually, Frank, that's not a bad call out. Old City, New City. I'm sure that's what they're calling it. But 1 through 5, Old City. 6 through 11 is New City. So that's actually not bad call outs. I'll put that one on the list.
dude, we did it.
Yeah, they were saying we did it.
We did it. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
Um,
But yeah, Old City, New City. I think that's a good idea. So the Old City would be
bottom side.
Bottom
That's
side?
that's the
Okay.
original. That's actually like 1980s. Those trailers were down there. They used to be playing paintball, and that that's where Dad started playing. Paintball would have been down there. It's when he got like cut his teeth back. I guess in the early 90s, late 80s, when Denny originally owned it. Denny and his brother. It would have been Denny back then. No, we got Werewolf in the house.
What's up, Werewolf?
What
How you
up,
doing, buddy?
bud? Just on a bit of a recap, talking about Ambush, Bam's first and second impressions, I guess, and just kind of a brief overview of everything.
My second impression was a lot better, honestly, because
Rain, lots of rain.
yeah, lots of rain. However, I will say the rule set from the first time to the second time that I went there, the rule set, in my opinion, got better. It got a lot better because the first time I went, there was a lot of this team starts on this side, this team starts on this side. All right, switch sides, right?
Like the scenarios were better. you
Yeah,
think?
the scenarios were a lot better, and then, in my opinion, the rule set got better because there was some stuff that changed. So, the first time I was there, I got taken out by a plastic dummy grenade that didn't weigh more than an ounce, and you couldn't see it enter the room, you couldn't hear it enter the room. All I know is a kid walked in, and he took a couple pop shots at me, and I'm like, I shot you coming in the door. He goes, it doesn't matter, I got you with that grenade, and I didn't see the grenade until he pointed it at me, and I was like, I'm not used to this. Like, I get it. You don't want sound-making grenades, like, inside of buildings, but they at least gotta, like, expel something. Well, they changed the grenade rule set to where it's like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it made it a lot more accessible to understand. Like, how can I word this? It made it a lot easier to understand the grenade rules the second time that I went through because they changed it just a little bit to where, you know, you obviously knew it was grenade when it came into the room. Like, you obviously knew. So, one thing that I would like to see is, like, it has to be, you know, expelling something. So, like, using green gas grenades or whatever would be awesome inside of buildings, but they've already passed it to where you can use, like, EG-67s and all that other stuff out of ambush, from what I understand, as long as it's not... as long
outside
as
of the
it's
buildings.
outside of the buildings.
Dude, someone threw one of those in a building with probably 6 kids in there, and it was terrifying for them. I mean, like, they were beyond shell-shocked. It was loud. I mean, it was louder than normal, just from it being in the building. That was interesting.
No, funny story, actually. So, while I was at Stonebreaker, or was it Iron Dagger? It was one of the two. Basically, GTI. I was at GTI, and I was in a holding point called Sierra. We had to hold this point to like get amount of points on the board for our team. Hey, how you doing? So we had to get a certain amount of points like on the board. So we were holding Sierra, and while we were holding Sierra, we actually got flanked by 2 tangos. So 2 like Humvee-esque vehicles with machine guns mounted to the top of them, right? So we're sitting there, and all I hear is fan, and I toss a grenade out the door, blow up one of the technicals, and then a buddy of mine blows up the other one. Well, unbeknownst to us, there was ground crew following them, so we're in like the fight of our life, and we shut the door. And when we shut the door, a grenade comes in right as we shut it, and we're talking full concrete, like I want to say like a 6x12 box with all the doors shut. And it was like one of the Enola Gays lands in there, like one of the grenades,
Oh yeah, they're
and it goes
spicy.
boof, and it felt like the room expanded and came back. I was not wearing hearing protection. My ears were ringing for like a solid 2 hours. I had no idea what was going on, and somehow, even with the 11itis, like tinnitus, but it was so loud other people could hear it. So the 11itis was just going beep, and somehow we still managed to come out on top on that one, and it shocked me because I was literally tucked in a corner, like, okay, anybody that comes through that door, I'm putting a few into them. I couldn't hear anything. People were yelling at me. I'm just like, what? It was not working out. I'm just putting rounds through this doorway, just making sure I could hold it, and somehow we got it. It was kind of fun, but you know, I understand why fields go, oh, you shouldn't use loud grenades in like Connex boxes, especially Connex boxes, or any kind of buildings like that whatsoever. But if you go to a mill sim, prepare for that. Wear hearing protection. Trust me, it will save you big time. There are people talking. I can't see what
Those
they're
are
saying.
real back there. These are all real steel. This is so I've got like this many YouTube channels. I've got way too many YouTube channels. This is my lowest followed YouTube channel. So Nighthawk Bros on TikTok and here on YouTube, and then we've got Shooter1721, which is my dad's channel. That's at about 50,000 subscribers there, and that's all airgun related stuff. We do a lot of hunting, and so I get to travel the U.S. hunting with big bore air guns. And then there's this little monstrosity, PewDiePie Airsoft. Just figured we would make airsoft content. I really enjoy it. It's a great stress reliever. It's great cardio. I just love airsoft. I love the community. I did it for the exercise, and I kind of got into the community. I was like, holy crap, this is a great bunch of people. Ambush has some great people at it. So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing what we do, right?
Yep, and
right?
I'm about to drag him along to just about every event that I go
Oh, I'm
to.
going to go kicking and screaming. You know me.
No, I'm
for
literally
real.
going to throw him over my shoulders, be like, come on, let's go. And it's going to be hilarious. By the way, you need to start, like, prepping right now, because I'm telling you, when we're sleeping in the dirt, you're going to be like, what's going on?
No. Dude, when I was up there, like, I don't get cold. And he knows that. It was like, what, 20 degrees out? Negative 20 degrees out. I'm wearing a t-shirt. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's Pennsylvania.
Here I am, like 4 or 5 layers, just bundled up, like freezing. Now,
Holy
granted,
crap.
I just came from South Texas at the time, so when I left, it was like 90 degrees.
Ozark Mountains. I'm in the Ozark Mountains. We're out there for like 8 hours, just sitting, not moving. And I'm like, that was cold. We were deer hunting a couple months ago.
Yeah, and then I get up here, and you're like looking at me like a little sissy girl, and I'm like, it's
I
cold, man.
I was messing with them too. I would just like walk out in a t-shirt, like no shirt, whatever. And I didn't do that.
Just about. Like, you came out in like one of these. You came out in one of those, and I'm just like, what are you doing, dude? Like, it's Christmas. Like, what's going on? What does he say?
Now, I've never had the refs get too bent out of shape. I've seen the refs get kind of shell shocked. Now, what? Get serious when the refs get mad and start swearing. Yeah.
I haven't
refs
seen
can
that
be
yet.
funny sometimes. I honestly, in the past year, haven't seen anything too crazy. There's been a few fights with some older gentlemen kind of like going at it.
Are you talking about that one that I pegged in the face like 400 times and he refused to call it?
That's why they have full auto. Anyways, no, you weren't there for that. You weren't there. It was, yeah, there was just some weird stuff. I've never actually seen it. I mean, I'm running, GoPro plus run cam, so I would definitely, I would have seen it.
Sorry, another buddy of mine, Pew Pew Vids, if you guys know him, he just sent me a message, so I was just checking that real quick. But, no, I haven't really had a problem with the refs out at Ambush. Now, granted, I'm used to calling them marshals, so if I say marshals, you guys should know I mean refs. But basically, every time I've ran into them, I've never really had an issue. I had an issue with one player the first time I went out there, and it was an older gentleman, which is why I assumed it was the same one. But it was an older gentleman that ran like a dye mask, like a camouflage dye mask. And this dude, like every 5 minutes, was like calling me a cheater. He was not calling his hits or whatever. And I have footage of all this. And you know, I don't like putting out cheater videos. Like that's not my thing. So I never really released it. But I laced this guy quite a few times, and he would just shrug it off and keep on going. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna avoid this guy until finally, like a ref was like right next to me, and he saw this guy harassing me. I never even made a complaint, and he kicked him off the field like immediately. It was just like, no, you leave.
The head refs are really decent though. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the guys at head ref, except for Corey, anybody who plays there, if you shoot Corey, I will give you
Not me. Okay.
he's also Corey, but the head ref at Ambush,
Yeah.
Corey. So I work for a company that designs and builds handicap accessible things, and Corey does concrete for us. He's also the head ref, one of the head refs at Ambush. So it's just fitting that when I see him on the field, you don't know anything about that.
No. Corey's a good dude. I've met him twice actually. The first time I didn't know who he was, obviously, because it was my first time playing out there. The second time he actually recognized me and he came up to me and said hi. And then Ryan was like, "Oh, do you know this guy?" And then we started talking again. He's like, "Oh yeah, he works for this company with you and me and all that stuff." Funny fact: me and Ryan actually work together. It's just I mean, it's the same department, but he's out in the field and I'm not. So,
Yeah, we work for the same company. It's pretty dope. So now that's
yeah. No, best friend right here. He pulled me out of the worst situation of my life. So thank God.
hell yeah, bro.
Shoot Corey off the break.
Yes.
I don't know. He might pull out like an airsoft pistol and pop you from across
He's
the
threatened to
map.
shoot me already. Like Corey just needs the RPG.
Dude,
Chalk rounds. Chalk rounds.
chalk rounds. Exactly. Just like, oh, you want to shoot me? Poop.
Who's the one ref out there he's an ex-state trooper. I threatened to beat up Corey and he got all defensive. Like he was straight up like got in between us and I was just playing. Like it was funny. That was really funny.
Dude,
Yeah, Larry, that's exactly who it is.
oh, there's so many good times out there to be had still.
Oh
It's
my
gonna be
gosh.
great.
This year's gonna be wild. So, just finished adjusting the color over here. I think it looks fantabulous. Just kidding. Any content creators out there? Anyone? Don't buy a Canon and a Sony and shoot both of them and then try and put the footage together and expect it to look half decent. So we were shooting on a A6300 and I don't even know what piece of junk this is. This Canon, the EOS RP. This guy. I'm over here like beating my head against a wall trying to get the color to match and it's just not working. So is what it is.
Oh no, I lost one.
What up?
I lost one.
Somebody left him.
Somebody left me. It's all right. We don't need him anyway.
That's a fact. So, refs. We talked about refs. I'm just checking to see what's going on. Question: are the E and L essential AKs any good? Are the E and L AKs any good? Do you have any experience? I don't have any experience with. Let me.
Wait, the E&L case?
Yeah.
So
Let me see if I can bring the chat up right over here. Top live chat. All messages.
So, E&L AKs, they are good. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I am not an AK guy. I refuse to use AKs on the field. Well, I don't refuse to. It's just, it's not me. It's
He's
not
a
my
hater.
style.
Don't ask Bam Bam anything about
I'm
AKs.
not a hater. Okay, contrary to popular belief, I'm actually not a hater of AKs. I just talk a lot of crap about AKs because it's an AK. It's a commie gun. But if you're looking for a really good Airsoft AK, yeah, that is a really good brand, especially for the price point. Like, honestly, can't top it. It's just for me, when it comes to AKs, I need something a bit more modern. I need something with rails, and the only reason you really don't see me run AKs on the field is because I grew up M4 lifestyle for like my entire like firearms experience when I was in the military, when I while I was doing airsoft, like when I was just practicing, like all kinds of stuff like that. It was always, AR platform. But when it comes to AKs, I have no problem with them. I just need something modern that helps me film, right? So if I'm using an AK, if it doesn't have a top rail, I'm not going to use it because I know I can't film with it. So that's my whole take on the whole AK situation. But if you are looking for a decent AK, that is the route to go. They're easily customizable. They got a multitude of different ones. Like you could do all kinds of stuff with them. That I have no problems with them
I'm
whatsoever.
looking at them on eBay right now.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure if you were to ask Swamp Sniper, I think that's his favorite brand of AK, if I remember correctly.
It's actually not a bad price too. Everything's reasonably priced, and their
Yeah.
AK-12, the Gen 2, yeah,
Actually, that's spicy.
Three-
Pull that up real quick.
and it's got a top rail, dude. So you could stop bitching right now.
I mean,
And it's got an M4 stock.
okay,
oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I would run it. I would run it.
Did we just become best friends?
No.
No. He's like, look at the
No, because I'm still in for life, but I would run it, yeah.
Okay, so top rail for optics. You've got
M4 stock, yeah,
M4
so it's
stock.
adjustable for length of pull. Let's see, that
the
looks
wheels
like
come off the bus after that, but
I mean, it looks like a 90-degree, like, grip, and then the angle of the mag actually isn't that intrusive,
so steel bushings, 9mm steel bushings. We've got the compact MOSFET. It's an inline MOSFET, so it's nothing to write home about.
No,
Quick
but you could change that
spring.
out.
Yeah, well, I would just leave it. I mean, it is what it is. High-speed motor. I wonder what they're getting velocity-wise. They're advertising 370 to 400 is probably on that lower side. I would assume.
It's probably around 380, honestly.
Yeah, I would.
I would bet around 380, which is not bad for a field gun, but if you're doing anything CQB-wise, like indoor arena, you're going to want a different spring.
It's got the fast change spring, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because it's got the buffer tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll be easy. What version gearbox is it?
Damn. 20 plus with a 11.1 lipo, so it's definitely a little fire hose. And honestly, 20 is for rate of fire. I think 20 is the sweet spot. You're not going to piss people off the field, and you've got a decent rate of fire.
Not to mention, you're not going to run into that weird mag feed problem where it sounds like, this is going to sound funny, but it sounds like your gun's farting. So you get like a solid like 5 in a row, and then it goes, and then it just starts spitting every now and again. So yeah, sometimes your mags will not feed as fast as what your gun will feed. That's kind of why I laugh at stuff that's built where it's like, 70 RPS, and it's like, cool, what mag are you running? Oh, Banff mags. Oh, they don't feed that fast.
I was shocked. I have that HPA'd AK-74U, AKS-74U. 43 rounds a second. SEMA mags were keeping up.
Really?
It was just emptying SEMA mags. I was like, no way are SEMA mags even keeping up with that.
That's impressive. I mean, all right. So here's the other thing, right? How many rounds does that mag hold?
One, it's a mid cap, so just under 2, somewhere
just under
around
2.
there.
So if you do the math, you have literally about less than 4 seconds of full auto spray.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the reliable mag aspect
yeah.
of things. Like that, it was asinine. I would not do that, but
I would.
if we were playing with a bunch of guys who just wanted to go uncapped, I would be totally down to do like an uncapped game.
Oh yeah, no.
And I've seen guys do it online, running uncapped, but it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's ethical.
No, okay, so here's the thing, right? If you're playing at a casual field and there's a whole bunch of kids and stuff like that, like you got to be mindful.
ROF 20 to 25, you're not going to be
right. So like 20 to 25, yeah, that's reasonable. So if you got a kid and his first time playing airsoft, he gets laced up with something that's like 40 rounds a second, 50 rounds a second, whatever. Odds are that kid's not going to want to play again, right? So you got to be mindful of the kids because believe it or not, they are the future of airsoft, and nobody likes to just get like completely wrecked their first time playing. They really don't. So, be nicer to the younger kids, but if it's a full-grown adult and you're playing at like a strictly adult field and you're getting laced up with 50 rounds a second and you understood the rule set, like, don't get mad, bro. That's literally the rule set that you agreed to, you signed up for, and that's what's going to happen. So there's some really good content out there where guys are playing at these full auto fields where it's like 18 and up, and they're running like, 40, 50 RPS, and they've built like these designated speed rifles, and the content coming out of that is hilarious. Like you'll see a guy run around a bunker and then just get laced like right in the face and neck, and they're just high-fiving afterwards. Like as long as you're a good sport about it, you're at a good field, and they allow that kind of rule set and there's no problems out of it, I think it's good content. I think it's great. But that's just me. A lot of people would see that and be like, "Oh, that's excessive." I mean, not if they agreed to it. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, make it quiet. What did we miss, Ryan?
Ooh, Warwolf's inviting us to a no rule gladiator arena in Georgia.
Ooh, you gotta describe no rule, because if it's like your M4 could be 500 FPS and you could CQB with it, I'm not down for that. I'm not down to get.
I'll CQB with the RPG. Bring it on. Let's go. I'll take point.
Not if it's like
Preaching.
500 RPS. Like if I get whopped in the face and I have to like pop zits, like pop BBs out of my face like a zit, I'm not down for that.
Yeah. Top 5 guns. Chris, was that a question?
Oh, top 5 guns?
Werewolf just says hell yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, you can see. Can you see that? Okay. Ish.
ish.
You can move
Okay.
close. You don't have to be. I got freaking tripods and.
Okay, all right.
He's so nice with my equipment. I appreciate you, bud.
Yeah, you're so abusive with it, and I try to be nice about it. Okay, so top 5 guns. Are we talking strictly in my collection, or are we talking like in general? Because if it's just in general, we got to go down the list, because it's gonna be hard.
Also, what DMR are you building? Your gameplay, Warwolf, and DMR do not go. He said in your collection, so we got in your collection, and Warwolf's saying that he's building a DMR. I'll believe that when I see it.
In my collection, okay, so we'll go from lowest to highest, okay? So CZ805 Bren, I love that, but it is a proprietary gearbox, and the batteries.
Did you have a Bren?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jelly. I want that, dude. That's one of my favorite rifles.
No, I ended up giving it
IRL.
away. Like, so out of the box, it was firing at 412 feet per second with a 2.0, which was a little bit spicy for my field. So I had a 25-foot MED.
That would have been okay for ambush.
Yeah, that was at Balahak. So I had a 25-foot MED, which is not that bad, right? It was the furthest shooting AEG that I believe I had ever had, honestly. The furthest shooting AEG that I had ever had. It was beautiful. It was a black and tan, and I absolutely adored that. After that, I would have to say my ARP9. That thing was goated for a little bitty, pistol caliber carbine. It was it would shoot a pretty good ways, and the pop off of it there was enough pop off of it, like amplified, to where you could run into a Connex box and scare little kids to where they would call their hit without you even hitting them, which kind of took away from the fun, but at the same time it was kind of hilarious, like watching a whole bunch of adults and kids run out of a Connex box just by the sound of your gun. They think it hit harder than what it actually did. That and the hop up in the thing alone would send BBs sailing. I was hopping 3.2s out of that thing, no problem, at like 200 feet and hitting shots accurately. And that was with no upgrades. Then I would say after that, CZP09. So that pistol, honestly, it's a laser beam. So actually, yeah, he's got one right here. CZP09.
This
right.
live stream will probably get taken down. It's Airsoft.
You see the orange tip? The orange tip. You see it?
They don't know.
So yeah, that thing is one of the only Airsoft replicas that me and this man actually agree with.
The only one.
I don't know. We just
honestly,
talked about
this
the brand.
is hands down by far the best CO2 pistol you will ever buy. The best. There is not a better pistol.
So it took a lot for me. So I've had 3. Okay, I've had 3 of them. I broke one when I hyperextended my knee. So when I came down, I fell on it, and Burlington Tactical, if you're watching, I doubt you are, but if you are, I broke that holster because I hit with such a force that just the ground shook at Balahak. Everybody knew that I had fell, right? So I broke that one, but then I got 2 more after that. The green gas and the CO2, they're both goated. They're amazing. So what does that put me at, guys? Is that 3 or 4? I think that's 3. So after that, it is the it's actually the gun that Warwolf got me, and just because I love it. So number 2 is the Tokyo Marui 5.1 High Kappa. That thing is amazing. Thanks, Warwolf. I appreciate it. So number 2 is the High Kappa that Warwolf got me. Really appreciate it. There should be a video coming out on that soon. Still want to build it out. Right now, all I have on it is the that purple piece. I can't remember what it's called right now. Ryan, help me out. Flared magwell. That's what it is. The purple flared magwell. That's the only thing I got on it right now, and I still need to buy a holster. So I haven't even ran it in a game, but I can say this without even adjusting the hop up, and it's already selling 3.0s. So that's amazing. And then
Question in the chat: the E&L or SEMA?
oh, E&L.
Yeah,
I go E&L. Don't get me
would
wrong,
too.
SEMA is amazing, but E&L has more. Me being an AR guy, I'm finding more top rails and stuff on.
I think they're just a well built replica. I would
Yeah.
honestly go with them over
That
SEMA.
SEMA does a lot
You
of
can
plastic.
beat the crap out of SEMAs though. Like that's a SEMA,
Yeah.
and that dude, I've been to hell and back with that gun. I've played in the rain twice with that gun. That AK-74 just rips. I love that. But I mean, if you want something that is going to be a workhorse, it's going to be your primary, you're going to use it for a couple of years, I would save the money and get yourself one of the E&Ls.
Okay, so number 1 is the HK416D by VFC. It is absolutely amazing. I have one of the older models. It was funny because I had to import it from Japan, so when it came to the States, it was firing sub 300 with a 2.0. So that's why it was HPA'd, and I haven't looked back since. But once I HPA'd it with the Infernal Gen 2, I mean, the thing is a tank. Like, it's hard to get it to stop working. Like, he could vouch for it. The first time I went here, that was the only gun that I'd brought, and it was spot on. That and the CZP-09. That's all I had. And it never really broke down on me until recently, and it's still not broke down. It's just got an air leak, and I need to fix the air leak. That's it. Once the air leak's fixed, it's golden. It's good to go. So I'm looking for something new. There's other stuff that I want to try out that I haven't yet. So
All right, if you had the money, you were just going to drop. We'll cap it at 500. What would you buy?
I'm probably about to catch a lot of crap for this, but the AR-47 that we talked about.
Really?
Yeah. I would probably go with the AR-47 just because I like the way that it looks. It's close enough to an AR that it works, but the only thing that's different about it is it takes AK mags.
You know, everybody's getting into those, like literally.
I mean, your Banshee inspired me, dude. I love that thing. Like, I love it. I never thought I would, but I love it. Huh?
Yeah, SSP5.
Yeah.
Warwolf.
Okay. So let me ask y'all a question. If y'all were to see me with a new replica, for those of y'all who know me and have watched my channel for an extended period of time, what would y'all recommend me get? Because I've run everything from like MP5s, MP7s, ARs. I'm not really, like I said, I've never really been like the AK guy, but I have ran one a couple of times in a game, but like I said, they're not my preferred. So if y'all were to see me get something new, what would y'all want me to get? That's the question that's going around the room right now, because I need a secondary that's going to be, you know, awesome. Ryan, you can't put that in there. Okay,
Crytek, Trident MK2. Which one's that? It was Kyle that said that.
MK2. Isn't that the one you just did a review on? Ant-Man? I'm pretty sure that's the one you just did a review on. Oh, why is everybody... Okay, pull up the AK-12. I gotta see it now.
We were just looking at it.
Oh, that's the one we were just looking at?
Yeah. I
Okay.
got it pulled up right there. Isn't she just gorgeous?
She is, but is there a shorter model?
Look at that muzzle brake. That's just no. You don't need a shorter model. You're gonna get good accuracy out of that. Trust me.
Yes, but I want to be able to get like really close to where I can smell your breath when I shoot you.
My breath's gonna smell like Black Rifle coffee.
Ooh, that's amazing.
So,
Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Let me smell your
dude, look,
breath.
it's a foldy boy. Look, it's got a left side foldy boy. You can fold it up nice and short. Look, I just solved all your problems.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I would never fold that ever. Okay, first off,
When he gets in the technical, he'll get in the technical, and the first thing he would do is fold the stock, and he'd be like, "See, Ryan, I would never wait."
No, I still wouldn't.
Which, by the way, when were we buying a technical? I was actually talking to a guy. Oh, good call, Frank, Dad, with the VCF. Which one's that?
XCR, VCF XCR. I know
I'm
what
not
that is.
familiar.
I know what that is. I can't think of it right
you
now.
do? I don't know.
Let's look that up because Frank Dad might be.
XCR.
Oh, we're looking it up right now. Dude, I'm telling you, if this is cool, or Frank Dad might be my new favorite person.
Nope.
If this is cool, I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
Actually, yeah, yep. Yeah, that's cool.
The XCR long.
It's even got a drop stop.
Dude,
look.
that would actually be kind of nice. That's an Echo 1 Robinson Armament. XCR-L, they're long, and it's got this drop stock. If you were running a paintball mask,
Which I do.
that's not that Echo 1? Yeah, it is Echo 1.
So I run a paintball mask and I run like a full metal mesh mask that's like my own custom design. It's only $205. I mean, it is an Echo 1 though.
It is an Echo 1.
So you said VCF. Are you talking about VFC though, Frank Dad?
It might be. I'll go back and check. Because if they make one,
is it the VFC?
It is.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
I'm digging this wire stock.
I'm digging the wire stock too. I'm liking the drop stock as well.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's probably got a better name. Bob said, "What's up, Ryan?"
Yo.
Ooh, look at that.
Which one? Yeah, the little shorty.
I like the shorty. Yeah.
Let's just go. Dude, honestly, Frank Dad, that is a good call, dude.
That is a very good
Here
call.
is
That
one.
might be my next one, dude. Frank Dad, you just became my favorite person of the night, bro.
That's.
Yep. Oh, and it's only $300, so $295.98. That is
and
worth it.
You know you're getting quality with VFC. I
Yeah.
mean, like, yeah, it's gonna perform.
Ant-Man, you're probably gonna be mad about this statement, but I honestly think VFC is better than Crytek. No offense, if this gets to Crytek, like, don't get me wrong, I think your products are awesome. I just like VFC more.
I do. I personally am a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of VFC stuff.
That shorty is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I wish I could screen share with everybody, but check out the XCR-L, the micro in gray. That's what we're looking at right now.
Hey, do me a favor. Somebody put that in the comment section of one of my videos. That way I can remember this. The VFC XCR-L micro gray AEG. You don't have to put all that. Just put in the. See, I've already forgot the XC what? XCR.
Where
VFC XCR.
How did I get here?
VFC XCR-L.
Micro.
The micro.
Anyways, what anyone else suggest stuff? Did someone just say it's ugly? I'm coming to your house.
It is not ugly. Okay, it's ugly in a cool way. All right, you gotta admit it. Like, it just screams like degenerate. That's
Can
what.
you see the comment section? You need to be non-top. Come on. You need to cooperate. No.
Stop being like that.
Oh, why is it got everyone's motion sick now?
Oh no. Here, let me
Right.
do this. Oh no.
Oh god, it just got worse. We're making it worse. What's this button do? Oh god, don't do that either. Ah! My wife's sleeping upstairs. I'm gonna get shot. Oh. Cancel. Well, we'll just pretend nothing happened. How about that?
Okay, we'll leave it alone.
Wait, I'm gonna touch one more thing. We're gonna touch this. Maybe if we touch this again.
Oh, there
We
it
just
is.
lost like 8 people. They were like, yeah, we're motion sick. These guys are idiots.
Oh no, what are they gonna do? Wait, let's just do
Could you recommend any M9 similar to KWA PTP M9? Who makes a good M9? You know what? Elite Force?
Yeah.
Elite Force, maybe? I mean, check them out. I was gonna say I've got the Elite Force or the Umarex, one of their Glocks, and the recoil on that is impressive. The only thing I don't like about CO2 guns, I prefer green gas. I mean, how are you with green gas and CO2? That whole debate. I'm a big believer in green gas. In the cold in Pennsylvania, it sucks this time of year. However, being able to top off your mags and not have to recharge with a new CO2, like you just, it's more efficient, more cost effective in the long run.
I find so it is green gas is more cost effective if you do it right. So green gas itself can be expensive,
Oh yeah.
but if you buy CO2 in bulk, it's not much more expensive than green gas. The thing that I like about CO2 is it's able to run in the cold, and it's, to me, all of my CO2 guns have been more reliable than my green gas guns. However, that also comes with taking care of your CO2 pistols.
Mm-hmm.
So silicone oil is a huge thing. If you run anything CO2, you got to make sure you maintenance it. If you maintenance it, it'll last you a long time.
There's lubricant in green gas. That's the nice thing about green gas. You've got lubricant in the green gas. So,
but you still need to lubricate that gun as well.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're running green gas in the cold, it's not good. Okay, like you'll get like a third of what you would be able to in the winter than what you could in the summer, maybe even less. But with CO2, you don't really run into that problem. So I usually just stick to CO2. I'm usually able to get like 3 to 4 mags full out of one singular mag with CO2. But at the end of the day, you do run the risk of like wasting a CO2 because you really don't want that just sitting in there, for a long period of time, because it can cause damage with you just cranking down a CO2 and letting it sit. Like you're talking about compressing an O-ring that sits right there on the puncture pin and all that other stuff. So, it's all dependent upon the player. I prefer CO2, but I know Ryan prefers green gas. Yeah, pluses and minuses to either system. It's kind of like, HPA versus AEG. There's been a huge debate about that for years. Like, I prefer HPA. I know he prefers AEG. The thing about it for me is I like the performance of HPA as soon as you pull the trigger, the BB's leaving the barrel, versus he has more maneuverability because he doesn't have a tank and a hose attached to him and he can run. Personally, I don't care either way what you run. Both guns can be high performance. It's just, I like HPA because it's the fastest way to high performance, but you do have a tank and a regulator attached to you. Kind of like the same thing with HPA.
So hear me out on this.
Green
If
gas
we're playing a 3-day milsim event, which the likelihood of us doing that is very slim. However, I see that in our future.
2-day at least, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, for you to carry enough air to play the event, compared to me having batteries, like the weight difference,
weight difference?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My pack, it can be smaller. I mean, that could be in my micro chest rig. I could literally. I'm not gonna be running a micro chest rig for an event that long. However, look at this guy, dude. I don't skip leg day. That's all I have to say. Knees.
So you go ahead. I'll bring up my point afterwards.
No, I'm good. I'm good. That was it for me.
So I am. Oh God. Okay, so for you, those of y'all that just followed me, go back and look at my Stonebreaker video, and you will realize very very quickly I run a micro chest rig, and it's for two reasons. One, I got really bad knees because I was in the Navy for 8 years. Let the jokes commence. But
Get him.
the second reason is because it's lightweight, right? So a lot of guys, when they go to their first mil sim, they'll load down their plate carrier with everything, like everything that they could possibly carry. I made that mistake at Iron Dagger, the very first mil sim I went to, the first Iron Dagger 1. I made that mistake, and I loaded myself completely down, and I knew better because, you know, being around it a lot. So what I did for Stonebreaker is I drastically lightened my kit, like drastically. The lighter you can be, the better off you're gonna be. For me, a plate carrier, it has its advantages, like, you know, nipple shots aren't as painful, you know, but at the same time, I would rather be able to move quickly and efficiently than I would be able to be like, oh, you want a granola bar? You know what I mean? So I like the micro chest rig. I think it works, and you can carry a backpack way easier with a micro chest rig than you can a plate carrier because it gets in the way of stuff. And then if you run it off a molly, oftentimes it's pulling your plate carrier up into your neck, and it's just really not comfortable. I would rather run the micro
Did you
chest
hear what
rig.
Werewolf said? Or
No.
read what Werewolf? I heard you run HPA because you really wanted to be a Navy SEAL. You have a tank on your back as close as you got. And then, of course, Ant-Man. Ant-Man's laughing and pointing at the comment, and you've got the good old-fashioned nothing but love for you, Bam, coming from Werewolf. So.
No, I run HPA because
Good
the
one.
performance is it's the fastest way to get the performance that you need, in my opinion.
Double MOSFET. 11.1 volt.
No. 16.88 volt. No, but I like HPA for that reason. So what I did was, actually, I have my rig right here. I'll pull it out a different time. But I run a chest rig that carries 4 mags. I also have a grenade pouch in front. And then I run a belt system. So I run a Burleyman Tactical belt system. And honestly, it's the best belt system that I've ever had. It is amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So in total, I carry 6 mags plus 1 in the gun, so that's equal out to 7 mags, which the standard is 6. So, you know, do with that what you will. Like I said, it's all dependent on the person, like what you want to run. I just run that way because I like to stay lightweight as possible, especially running as big of a tank as I do. I run a 68 cubic inch tank, you know. So, yeah, when you get into details like that, you want to try and lighten the load as much as possible. Unlike Ryan over here, he could get away with running a full chest rig and batteries because he runs AEG, which works. But, like I said, that's all just dependent on you. And somebody said something, but I missed it.
It's getting out of hand. Ant-Man saying about you staying on your knees. The Navy wouldn't have hurt you so much.
I love it. I love it. Keep it coming.
And Werewolf gets mad that he can't throw his freaking HPA rifle because it's tethered to him. Just throw it, it comes back.
No, that's why you detach, okay? You detach. There's actually a really good clip of my first time at ambush where I detached my rifle and I put it down gently because I don't want to break my stuff, Werewolf, okay? And I took off running and I popped somebody with a CZP-09 and then popped the next guy.
I watched it happen.
And then I ran back and grabbed my rifle, hooked it up, and then I continued forward. It was great. All right, the gaming bricks.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
The gun was in pieces, so small. Ant-Man.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. Wait, is Werewolf still here?
He was a minute ago.
Okay, I didn't want to make him mad. That was just a joke.
You're at
Yeah, 201. Nice.
201. He's there.
Oh, okay, you're still here. All right, cool. Woo! I was starting to think you got mad at me. That was just a joke, man. I wasn't trying to. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he did take it as a joke. I thought you disappeared, bro. I was like, no.
No, he's not gonna ghost us.
No, Werewolf loves us. He loves us.
You better be coming out.
Dude, I'm waiting for you to get back. Like
And
I got
Bush.
it.
And Bush.
I'm not gonna put anything out, but I got it. Like, it's still here. Broke your phone now. Was it an iPhone? If it was an iPhone, then yeah, break it. Matter of fact, let's just.
There goes the live stream.
There goes the live. Yeah. See, luckily he's got a Canon though. He could probably hook it into his computer.
This video is
Hard.
no, it's just a video. Anybody out there have experience doing multicam clips? Let me tell you what, you will save yourself time and headaches and everything else if you can learn how to do multicam clips on Final Cut. I want to play this weekend too, honestly. I'm waiting on my freaking pants to show up. Would you like to show the nice people on YouTube the most recent SEMA purchase? Actually, the scope is more expensive than the damn rifle.
Well, it doesn't have an orange tip on it, so nobody go reporting this live. But this is
we'll
Airsoft.
get
We can
taken down
verify.
right here.
Ow, this thing is so heavy. No, I'm kidding.
Through a vortex. The scope's more expensive than the rifle.
This thing is ridiculous, though. Literally, I'm about to punch through his screen right now. But in case y'all were wondering if this was, Airsoft or real, there you go. Wait, where's the thing? See that? That's for an Airsoft BB, okay? Just so y'all are aware.
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve's decent software too. I've messed around with. I haven't messed around with DaVinci Resolve yet. I've only done Final Cut and then Premiere and Adobe Rush and an iMovie, depending on what I'm doing.
This optic is so powerful, I just saw through your wall.
Well, that's good. No, it's obnoxious. That gun is just.
Wait, is this set to 10 right now?
Yeah. You can go out in the hallway and look down through.
What are
to
you
the other
doing?
room.
Sniping the hair off people's head?
It'll be alright.
This thing is beautiful. We gotta paint it.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Do you want to do a desert or like a forest kind of paint job? Should we let them vote?
No, I mean we should probably just paint it something that's gonna match the
terrain.
local terrain.
Okay, so
Probably take the scope off. Well, we can paint the scope. I don't even fucking care.
no, let's not paint the scope because that's a nice scope and you're gonna want to use it for.
I
other
dropped
things.
it already. The scope got dropped on the rifle. So that was on a 6.5 Creedmoor. That scope was on a 6.5 Creedmoor, and I was taking pictures of it for Instagram, trying to be a cool kid. And it was sitting up on a table, actually like as high as my computer back here, and it fell on the scope. I'm actually terrible at just like dropping stuff on optics or cameras and stuff like that. Like I've broken lenses and everything else. Yeah, I've cost myself a lot of money. Anyways, dropped the rifle. That Vortex scope held 0. I'm impressed.
That's very impressive, actually.
It is.
It actually kind of scares me because when you take off running with that thing and you disappear into the woods, I'm gonna be like, Ryan, I'm all alone, Ryan.
Dude, I don't even know if I'll play with that. To be honest, I'm not a sniper.
Shoot, I'll play with it. I'm down for anything at least once.
Do it. I don't care if anybody wants to run the sniper. Run the sniper. I'm not gonna be. I support it.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Werewolf, if you show up with a DMR, I'll run the sniper.
If you show up with a DMR and I'm by myself, I'm gonna have to pick up a sniper or a DMR. I'm gonna have to. There's no way around it.
Paint it like a Bush light cam to match the trailer park.
I might have to get an SR-25. Then we have to get your dad out there. That way
So
you can show us all up.
Dad, Shooter 1721 was shopping, can confirm, for an LMG, and then he wanted like a DMR build. So
Right.
he was going to do two. We had a shopping cart full. We were up over $1,200.
Oh no. I
And
mean,
he was like, "Do I pull the trigger?"
okay, so what you don't know about his dad, if you don't know, right?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But if you don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. His dad is like a crack shot with everything you put in his hand. Like, you can hand him a screwdriver and he could probably pin a fly to the wall at 50 yards.
If you watch any firearm video, you know who 22 Plinkster is. Dad has made a name for himself to the point where he went to 22 Plinkster's house, and those two have a video on Plinkster's channel where, yeah, Conestoga Ninja, you got it. Dad and 22 Plinkster went head to head, an air gun versus a 22 long rifle. But that's probably one of his highlight moments. But getting to go out there and film with Plinkster was pretty dope. So, yeah, Dad's definitely a well-established YouTuber.
You put something in his hand and he can hit anything with anything. It's ridiculous. Like, I've been watching his channel for a while. Like, he could hit aspirin like between two balloons and never pop the balloons.
At 75 to 100 yards.
At 75 to 100 yards, and Ryan sits there and watches it like, oh, it's just another day, and then here I am just watching it on YouTube, just fanboying it up, like, woo, Hercules, Hercules. Like,
I get mad when he doesn't do it in 3 shots. It's like, dude, come on, I don't have all day.
Dude, I would sit there for like 7 hours watching it, like, come on, you gotta get it at some point. Like, that's just how I am. Kind of like Dude Perfect, you know how they film those shots? Like, usually it takes them, like, shot after shot after shot after shot to, like, sink a hoop or whatever. His dad, like, 3 shots or less, it's down. So, you know, do with that information what you will. We get him onto the field, and it is just going. Like, it's crazy. Too many minds. Too many minds. Bob, what do you mean by too many minds, bud? Did I miss something in the chat?
Nah, that's just an old saying.
Oh, okay. I'm not used to Pennsylvania slang yet. Like, he called a forklift a what?
A tow motor. It was a company that made forklifts. Like, he's got to calm down. He's just getting all bent out of shape over the lingo.
He called it a tow motor. Like, it's a forklift. Like, could somebody vouch for me here? Like, am I crazy? Am I the crazy one? I've never heard that.
It was a manufacturer that was making. Yeah. Too many minds. Something Dad taught Bob.
Oh, okay. No, but it's a forklift, right? Like, forklift, right? What
That's
part
something
of
PJ used to say a lot too. PJ definitely would say too many minds. It's just like overthinking stuff. I know a lot of people out there that could benefit from.
Dad?
No, just I don't know.
I don't know. What I'm gonna say is his dad is an amazing person and he's an amazing shot. If we get him to play airsoft, like, everybody needs to look out because he's gonna be cracking people from places that you would never expect.
Mr. Bobbert, how did you even find me on YouTube? That's the real question. What's up, man?
Oh snap! I've gone up to 202. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I don't know what y'all are doing, but keep it coming. I appreciate it. But yeah, his dad's gonna be crazy. How much was it?
Yeah, it's Bobby.
How much was what?
How much was what? I'm trying to. There's. How much was? I'm getting sleepy too. Coffee's wearing off.
Dude, I got another one out in the car. No, but that's concerning me. How much was what? I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, was he talking to Ant-Man?
Oh, probably. Bob, thank you. Bob, you're the man. You are the man.
No, he is. He's a good dude. Ant-Man, where'd you order that stuff from? Nomad. Yeah, honestly, I want to get a battle belt too.
Battle belt or gunner belt?
Battle belt.
So like you want the full like. Are you talking about the 2-layer system, or are you talking about
2-layer system.
Okay, then you need. So there is a difference. There's a battle belt and then there's something else, right? You have to be able to distinguish between the two because if you order a battle belt, you might get that really thick padded system.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I shot with Millersville University Police Department, and some of the dudes there just kind of had like not duty belts. They had their battle belts essentially, and it's
Yeah.
like a lot of them wouldn't even use like a micro chest rig or anything like that. They'd have like the battle belt set up with the ability to run, like the not the tacos. Yeah, like the
Oh, you're talking about the like the Kydex.
not Kydex. It's more like I have a Chris Costa leg rig that I ran when I was running with those guys. I did this Costa leg rig.
Hold on, he's pulling out some stuff, guys. Give him a second. No, but honestly, a belt system.
Vietnam. There's a Vietnam era grenade vest. Isn't that dope? So you would have had an M79 grenade launcher. Anyway, this is what I was talking about. The leg rig. So the Chris Costa leg rig. These are freaking dope. This is what I ran when I was shooting with those guys. However, they were all running battle belts. But I mean, look at those.
Well, those are perfect.
Those are perfect. They are the absolute best. High speed gear. Literally the best in mag. I don't know.
Mag retention?
Yeah, or just carrying mags.
Look at this thing.
Isn't that dope? That's original Vietnam USGI grenade vest. So
it's like a bear vest, kind of. Like a mini bear vest.
So yeah, 40 Mike, you would have your M79 grenade launcher. Call of Duty fans, the Thumper. Isn't that dope though?
That is amazing.
I find stuff on these Milsurp websites and I just buy it. I mean, I've got so much DNC camo. I have a green tote out there that's just filled with DNC camo.
Speaking of, I need to get on that level because I have a newfound love for DNC.
You can't get on my level.
Oh,
like,
no. I need
level
DNC though
just
because you got me in love, dude. I'm just, if you think Goon Squad, you need to be thinking DNC because there is no other camo that says Goon Squad like DNC. Like the history of DNC alone, he actually put out a really good video of the history of DNC. Watch it, and then tell me, like, come back and tell me that DNC is not Goon Squad camo. I will argue that all day long. DNC is the Goon Squad camo.
And then run some Chi-Com gear.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Type 81, dude. You got to run some Chi-Com.
Yeah, but then you're gonna make me run an AK with it.
No, you can run an M4 with Chi-Com.
I know you can, but it's.
Am I gonna? No.
I mean, me, yeah, but no, but yeah.
Dude,
I don't know. Yeah.
Chi-Com gangs kill more people than COVID. That is the most OG operator chest rig that anyone could ever wear. Everyone's like, oh, it's communist, but it's Chinese. I'm not gonna wear it. It's like, dude, everyone from Vietnam till like modern day, there's still guys running Chi-Com gear.
Oh yeah, no,
it's operator AF.
Like the Afghanistan war, like they were running them all the time too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It just works. It just works.
It does,
like
and especially if you mix it with
like
the tricolor like desert cam.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good.
That victory green does look good. There's a lot of young kids getting into airsoft, and they're like, suggest a chest rig or something like that. I'm like, just get a Type 81.
That you could get a remodeled like a knockoff for like $12. That's just as good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, granted, you might be dealing with a single stitch, but just double stitch it up, and you're still good to go.
And my thing is, this is coming from like my chest rig that I run, my G-code chest rig, the micro chest rig that I run in almost every gameplay video I've got out there. It's a $200 chest rig, so
not everybody's going to be able to afford that, especially if you're getting into airsoft. And let's say you're younger and you've been saving up your Christmas money since like 2000 and
yeah, there's kids that are like, I want this chest rig and stuff like that. It's like just if you're getting started in it, just get a
that's
some
a good
Chi-Com
idea
to get started.
That's a good idea. Let's put together a video of like what you should like the bare necessities of what you should get starting airsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Like a baller on a budget is what we'll call it. We'll call it baller on a budget. And basically just make like a video of what each of us would do if we're just getting into airsoft, and let's say we have like $500.
Mm-hmm.
We could definitely do that. It'd be easy. Like it would be really easy.
Yeah, I agree.
We should definitely do that.
Yeah, fact on long live the micro chest rig. Frank, probably better quality. That'd be a good video. Oh yeah, the heli strategic.
See, I'm spoiled, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I am a baller on a budget, but I've had the opportunity of working with Kydex companies and stuff like that, and I know he's spoiled too because he gets to work with other companies as well. But we believe it or not, like humble beginnings, okay? Humble beginnings. So when I started out with a combat machine, a CM16 combat machine Raider. Not the ARP9, not the ARP556 CM16. I'm talking about the Raider. That's what I started at when I started back playing at Balahag. But this is after the clear gun, okay? Thing was lightweight and it was a tank, and it fired until the day that I was like, I don't want this thing anymore, and took it apart and had a bago gun. Okay,
Been there, done that.
I bent the stock, I bent the rail, I bent everything, and it would still fire. And that gun at the time was $160. Right? I went out to a local Army Navy surplus store. I got M81s. I got the tops and the bottoms for $30. It was on sale. And then I went to Balahak and bought me a $30 set of goggles. And I ran a boonie hat on top of that. And then I picked up, like, no joke, a $20 plate carrier off of Amazon that was god awful. And I don't recommend it to anybody, but it did the job for a little while until I could afford something nicer. And then I realized I liked Airsoft, and then I just kept going from there. Like, my first kit, I have a picture of it somewhere, and it is hilarious. Like, actually, you know what? I had a $20 pair of goggles that warped my vision, and I would take off running with those to start out with. So let that be a lesson to you. The one place you should not skip is your eye protection, okay? But there's a lot of places you can skimp, and it'll do you just fine.
Raider L.
Raider L. I had the shorty. I had the short one. It was like this big. It was funny, dude.
I don't like, for playing an ambush, we've come full circle after going down 25 rabbit holes. Playing an ambush, barrel length and gun size, like, I personally like the M4 and just like a full-sized AK-74 or AK-47 for playing an ambush. Like, there's a lot of guys that are running like really short rigs, and
well, I understand the short rig though. But finish what you were saying. And then
no,
get to my point.
you go. Like, I want to see what your point is. I really don't have a follow-up for what I was about to say.
So, depending on your play style, and that takes the hugest portion right there. You have to know how you play, and that comes with experience, right? So I am a short range guy, short to mid range guy, right? I like getting up close. I like getting into people's faces. I like punching holes in structures. Like, when I say punch holes, I mean like punching through the enemy lines. Like, that's the type of person I am. I will rush the enemy through an open field just because the adrenaline's there.
Blitzkrieg tactics.
Right. I'm guerrilla warfare at its dumbest. Like, hand me a taco and a short M4 and I'm golden. But basically, my play style, I know I like shorter rifles because I like to run. Even though I'm a huskier guy, I love to run, right? So when they came out with the ARP9 and the ARP556, they were shorter guns, but they did not struggle when it comes to the mid-range. They really didn't.
He doesn't take advice from anyone who doesn't run an AK or who hasn't run an AK, just so you know, and that's coming from Warwolf.
That's fine. But either way, like, running a short... No. Running a shorter M4 allows you more mobility and getting in closer to the corners. However, that does come at a cost when it comes to shooting long range. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos of the guys coming, like, breaching a doorway and their rifle gets stuck in the doorway. I like to prevent that as much as possible. So there's ways around that. So I run a full-size 416. Like, that's my thing. But I've ran with that rifle so much I know how it runs. but I come from the world of SMG class with the MP5, the MP7, ARP9, stuff like that. Like that was my jam. Like that, I loved that. I was an SMG guy through and through because I liked getting in close to corners. I liked getting into close combat situations, not knowing if I'm coming out on top. Like that's where the adrenaline's at. But if you're in it for mid range to slightly longer, definitely run a full sized AK or definitely run like an SR25. Like if you're trying to do anything mid range to long range, like just know your play style. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to get into buildings and like to cause as much chaos as possible, maybe the sniper role is for you. But if you don't like sitting still for a long period of time in a spot, then don't go the sniper route. Just pick up an M4 and do a mix of everything. So that's why I run the 416. It's a mix of everything, but I do prefer like shorter rifles. Like that's my jam. I love it. That, and I'm a short-framed person who, when you hand a normal-sized gun to, it looks like a DMR in my hands. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm 5'7". I'm short. Like I'm short.
Werewolf's being werewolf.
What does he say?
What? Oh. Okay, so the rifle gets through the doorway. How do I get through?
Wait, what did he say?
Okay, the rifle. He was just following up right as you were talking. Said the rifle gets through the doorway. How do you get through?
I squeeze.
Very
I suck
carefully.
it in.
Yeah,
I suck it in.
Um.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, I'm like the shortest person out of our friend group. Warwolf is tall and skinny. He's tall and skinny. His brother's tall and skinny, and I'm short and stocky. Like it doesn't make any sense. I'm basically a rolling taco. Like that's what I am.
Rolling taco inbound.
Yeah, I'm a rolling taco. Like just think about it like that.
I could go for some tacos.
Dude, don't get me started. I don't want to see a taco for like another year.
For real?
For real.
Oh, dude, I could totally.
So I just came from the land of fajitas, and I'm gonna be real with you. Like, for those of you who don't know, Stripes. Okay, so if you ever go down to South Texas, there is a store called Stripes, and in the Stripes, usually there's a Laredo's tacos, and 9 times out of 10 are really good until the grease is built up, and then you go in there and you get a taco, and then you don't leave the toilet for like 3 months.
No, dude, Taco Bell, the one right down by
Don't get me started on Taco Bell.
Dude, Taco Bell slaps. I don't care what you're. Tacos of the Blood Pit at Rev 12.
Oh,
he was at Frank Dad was at Rev 12.
Wait, you were.
Yeah, he was at Rev.
Wait, last Rev or this Rev that just happened?
The one that just happened. The past. He said the past. Blood Pit at Rev 12.
Okay, I was at Rev 11 and I was at Rev 9? No, Rev 10? Rev 11?
The one that just happened.
The one that just happened. Okay,
Yeah.
Were you at any of the ones prior to that? Have you watched the Swamp Sniper videos and seen me on those? Because if you saw me, you know exactly. At 11? You were at 11?
Yeah.
Did you see me? That's the question.
Oh, I remember that. Your whole getup, the post-apocalyptic.
Oh, I'm in some of yours too. So who were you running with? That's the question. Because if you were running with the people who wore the red bands, it looked legit. Yeah. So if you were running with the people that had the red bands, I do apologize. Don't be mad at me. TCWTS. Blue. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a problem with you then. All right. No, there was I can't remember what they were calling themselves, but basically they wore red armbands, and basically a couple of the people were telling us that they were hunting Swamp Sniper and they were trying to take over the entire town, and I said no and declared war on them with Pew Pew Vids and a buddy of mine named Vex and another buddy of mine named Nate, and we pretty much eliminated that whole threat. The Templars, yeah, the Templars. We destroyed those guys, and yeah. the next day they said they didn't want any problems, so that was fun. Yeah, they said they were done with that. Were you there for? Did you see that? Did you fight them with me? I don't remember. Like, I don't think I've. I think we've met, but I don't think I've actually like met you.
I don't think he was playing. I don't think Frank Dad was playing the last time.
No,
Both
okay.
times you were there. I don't think Frank Dad was there.
So, how do we feel about Lancer Tactical? I have mixed opinions. Do you want to go on that, or do you have experience with Lancer Tacticals?
Lancer? Oh, you know what? Let me just bring something up here real quick. You go, and then I'll fill in.
Oh, you messed up your ankle. Okay. So Lancer Tactical, I have mixed reviews. So as a starter gun, I think they're amazing. I ran a Lancer Tactical LT19 key mod, 10-inch, and I absolutely adored that gun. I thought it was great until I decided to upgrade it. Barrel was nice. I went to a 6.01 barrel. That worked out great. Then I went to a different hop-up system. That worked out great. Then I went to go mess with the gears to put a gate aster. So I went to go put an aster in it. And for those of you who don't know, it has a like a light sensor on the inside. I don't know the actual term, but it's like a little optic that senses your trigger, right? Well, the problem with that is there's a magnet on one of the gears that tells the rest of the gearbox when it's made one full cycle. When you go to put an aster in it, it no worky. You have to change out all the gears, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta mess around with, and it's not really conducive. So as a starter gun, yeah, it's great. Out of the box, they're great. I haven't tried the Gen 3s yet, but I've heard good things about them. I personally don't like them due to the simple fact of the upgradability. They say they're highly upgradable, but from what I found, they're not. After the Gen 2, I didn't like it. And I kind of want to get a hold of a Gen 3 and see if it's upgradable or not. I really don't know. But I'm not going to talk bad about them because I understand like what they do. At the same time,
so Sean has,
I'm not going to run them
Sean
anymore.
has the Lancer Tactical, the Pro line. He just got one with the flat trigger, the MOSFET, the whole 9 yards. That thing slaps.
Well, yeah, out of the box, I agree with it. It's
I wouldn't upgrade it. I wouldn't touch it. I mean, it's already running almost 25 rounds a sec, so you've got a decent fire rate. The trigger response is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
The hop up, the barrel, it's got a tight bore barrel. I mean, out of the box, if you just wanted a gun that you could take out and be, I would say, a semi-pro level to almost that, like...
Oh, you could definitely get pro-level performance out of them. Stock is...
I don't know how long it's going to last, but Sean's going to run into... I mean, if one person is going to run that thing into the ground, Sean is going to be that guy. I mean, like...
So, here's what you do, right? You get that gun, you upgrade the barrel, you upgrade the hop-up system, you throw a different motor in it, and you're good to go.
Well, no, which gun, though? Like, this one already has the... This one already has type bore barrel, MOSFET, trigger, everything in it.
Which type bore barrel? What kind of?
It's their Unicorn.
Okay, then that's fine. Oh,
like
that's their pro line, isn't it?
It's their pro line,
yeah.
So it's coming with the 6.3 type bore. You've got the flat trigger. You've got the MOSFET, the quick change spring system. I mean, everything that you need in a gun is right there. So
yeah, when you go to mess with it, though, don't mess with the gears. That's the whole point that I'm getting at.
No, leave it as is. Who even asked the question? How did we get onto that?
Oh, they asked my opinion on Lancer Tactical. Me personally, I've had bad experience with the gear set that's in there, and then unless you're gonna HPA it, just don't mess with it. If you do decide to mess with it, let's just say it's like one of the LT models, like the Gen 2 LT models. Throw a tight bore barrel in there, throw a better hop-up system in there, throw a better motor in there, and then maybe do the spring, and then leave it alone. That's what I would do. Or just HPA it. But if you go to mess with the gear set in there, there's no reason to touch it unless the gears strip. If the gears strip, then I would definitely just go buy another set of Lancer Tactical gears, because
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
The magnet that's in there, it absolutely needs it to be able to tell the rest of the system that it made that one full cycle. So some guns have it, some guns don't. I know Lancer Tactical was really, really big into that system. The only problem is when you start shoving like Asters or Titans into it, it can be a problem. You have to change out a whole lot of stuff. And like I said, I'm not a tech. But that's just what I've noticed working with my buddy Laggard, who's out in Ballahack, and he's a huge tech guy, and he had a huge problem putting that in. I don't tech my own guns. I usually hand them off to people who are really good at teching. So, yeah.
I might get one of these just to beat the hell out of it. Just as
Which
like,
one?
I don't know. Something random. We need more random dumb stuff.
Does that mean you're gonna start going with ARs again? Like, are you gonna get some more?
I did
ARs?
say dumb, didn't I?
You did. You did.
No,
So
how about that new shotgun from EMG?
the CO2 one?
No, it's electric.
It's electric.
Tri-barrel.
Tri-barrel electric shotgun.
Yeah.
That's not really making sense to me, but I kind of want to see it. Did you get it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's on my to-do list. So it's from EMG, and you guys know what I'm talking about? Anybody looking at the electric shotguns? Or am I the only?
Jackal has one.
Do they?
On the SEMA EMG AEG shotguns.
Yeah. It's me and Mario. Why don't I just look at freaking EMG? My brain is like, the gears are starting to strip. Totally. Here we go. The SGR 12 three round. So it's got a MOSFET, or no. Yeah, it does have a MOSFET, protects the trigger switch, blah, 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 full auto. Yeah, check this out, dude. So it comes with a factory mid-cap 93 round mag.
What?
So it doesn't actually hold shells. It looks like it holds shells. It's just fake.
Yeah. It's still a nice touch, though. Oh, you can get a drum mag for it?
Can you?
Yeah, look down there.
Yeah, you can. One of the TM mags. Damn.
Dude.
This thing rips. And for the city field, could you imagine that in the city?
That's just pure chaos.
It would be.
Dude. I'm like...
That's not a bad price.
No. No, not at all.
I bet you that. Like, I watched the video on it.
Here's the thing, though. What kind of hop-up does it have?
3 independent, I would assume, because it's 3 independent barrels.
Yeah, so you really have to pay attention to how you set those.
Well, yeah.
You really got to pay attention to how you set those. But once you get it set in, as long as they don't move on you like your Banshee did, you'll be good to go.
That Banshee, I'm going to wrap that thing around a tree soon.
Why? What's wrong with it now?
No, nothing. Just, like, the hop-up still gives me trouble.
We'll just...
I'd use the O-ring and Loctite.
Is that,
Old Indian trick there, boys.
Loctite. It's beautiful.
I put Loctite on literally everything. I mean...
So, here's the question, right? So, with your Banshee, what kind of hop-up unit is it? Is it proprietary to that gun?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Because it's the AR AK hybrid, so it's got this weird dog leg. It's really bad.
Oh, yeah. Real quick lesson. If you guys want the Noveski Space Gun, the Noveski Space Invader, think twice, because the hop-up system is garbage. Like, I'm just going to say that.
Did
the
you
hop-up
have
system,
one?
I still have it.
They were cool. The Space Invaders looked cool. In
They
theory.
did.
They looked really cool.
But they could have easily put a version 2 gearbox in there with a standard hop-up, and everybody still would have went nuts over it. But no, they had to do their own thing. So when they designed the mags for it, the mags only hold 45 rounds apiece. And, you know, that's the mid-caps. The high caps aren't much better. They hold 200. But the high caps don't feed in them. They don't. Like, from what I've seen, they don't feed. So you're going to have to run mid-caps. So when you run the mid-caps, you got 45 rounds per mag. And if you're playing competitive Airsoft, that is not enough. It's not. Because you're going to be changing mags like every 5 seconds. By the time you get to the 6th mag, you're like, you might as well walk off the field, reload, and hope to God the game doesn't end before you get back out there. And nobody wants to do that. Ooh, go back down.
What'd you see?
What's that?
Damn.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is that?
The short. All right, that's dumb. They put a fake arm brace on it. I don't get why companies are doing that. It's like it's an airsoft gun. It's
Just put a regular. Okay.
that's a pet peeve of mine. Like when they
So
do
is
that
that a
on S.
308 or is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 308.
So you're gonna have to buy proprietary mags for it.
Yeah, lame.
Yeah, and it's $425. We're looking at the Ares AR 308. If you guys were wondering. Okay, that's pretty.
Lame.
I like that.
No.
I like that.
Short little. I don't know.
What's wrong
we
with
need,
you?
We need to be looking at something manly, something that puts hair on your nuts or your chest. No, this.
No.
A&K, PKM, boys. Let me tell you what. Get your tracksuits ready. We need one. Where's your tracksuit at, bro? How is your tracksuit? Sean have tracksuits.
I don't have a tracksuit.
You gotta have a tracksuit.
No, if I'm getting mine, it's gonna be from Gray Store.
Yes, those guys rock.
Yeah, the only bad thing is they're based out of Russia.
I don't care. Who cares? Like it's.
Well, getting shipping from there right now could be an issue.
They have had multiple issues.
Yeah.
It's like every now and again on Instagram you'll see.
Yeah, but if you guys are able to get stuff from Gray Store, definitely do it because their tracksuits are amazing. Again, go ask Laggard Airsoft about his tracksuit. He will tell you in detail how comfortable it is. He oftentimes will wear them as pajamas.
I don't blame him, man. Got to be ready to fight.
Okay, that's kind of sick.
I'm digging that too. I looked at that actually a week ago. I was thinking about snagging one.
Yeah, that's actually kind of nice.
The GR300. It's an M4. It is a hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid between what? That's weird.
Looks like the Hebrew hammer. It looks like the Galil.
I don't know. It's SBR. It's definitely in my range for sure. Like,
yeah, but that looks like a Galil.
Okay, so the front end kind of looks like a model of the MP5 that I can't remember right now.
No, like the SD. SD3.
Okay,
remember the old SD3s?
Yeah.
Round.
And then it's got like a wire folding stock. And then the upper and lower receiver kind of look like an M4, and obviously with an M4 mag. So it's definitely like what I would be interested in for sure.
I still like the gun that Frank Dad suggested. I think.
Yeah, Frank Dad, the gun that you suggested. If you're still in the chat, like let us know. But that thing was amazing.
Yeah, VFC. I like that dog leg they put on the stock too. That's kind of dope. If you're running a paintball mask, man, it would be perfect. Yeah. I think they actually did that design for gas masks. I know there's some like riot control guns that have a like dog leg in the stock actually drops down, so guys with like a riot type mask or a gas mask can actually hold the gun up. And there are proprietary stocks, and I'm shocked we didn't see more of that spilling over. I know H&K does that with some of their rifles. So we start seeing that design spill over into airsoft because it would be more accommodating to guys running paintball masks. It'd be really cool.
Honest fact, the reason I run the 416 so much is because the 416 has that basically the upper rail is essentially a riser in and of itself. It sticks up a good bit more than an M4. So when I'm running a paintball mask, it actually has more clearance, like a lot more clearance. So the XCR, I think that's what it was called, that Frank Dad recommended. The fact that it has that drop stock, and it looks like the rail is just a little bit taller, kind of like the 416 is, would be very awesome. I'm talking very awesome for like paintball mask stuff. That and the fact that it's so short, it might be an OG Speedsoft gun if you really think about it. Like, as long as you get the shorter version, I think it would be a really good Speedsoft mask. Or Speedsoft gun.
Okay, yeah, it is a VFC right there. SOCOM gear. And that's the longer.
Yeah, you can get the shorter version.
RDC.
The longer version looks sweet too. Like, to be completely honest with you.
That's wild.
Yeah, I would run it. It looks like it's very well weighted too, like nothing too front heavy. Yeah.
So SOCOM gear is a subdivision of EMG /OEM VFC. Interesting.
I've noticed that it's like a company that belongs to a company that belongs to a company. It's like they all basically manufacture. I mean, SEMA's making stuff for literally everyone.
Yeah.
Like a lot of EMG stuff like that. The Banshee, the CMMG Banshee, is just a SEMA Platinum gearbox. It's basically like
Yeah,
they
the
threw
EMG
the
kinda-
CMMG Banshee badges on it and then just rebranded a SEMA. Now, actually, fun fact, in the airgun industry, I see a lot of stuff behind closed doors. There is importers that'll bring stuff in from other countries and rename the gun itself, even though it came from like one manufacturer. There could be like 3 importers that are like renaming the guns as they come in, slapping their brand on it. So I mean, we notice that kind of stuff in airsoft all the time. Actually, it's something I've thought about doing, starting to import something. Food for thought.
That's a good idea.
There's a lot of guys out there. Yeah, but that's a whole other conversation.
Oh yeah.
However, we better close down this live stream. We've been on here for over an hour.
Oh yeah.
We've got this video we're working on, so
Man, we got work tomorrow.
we do have work tomorrow. I'm in the field all day, so we have an elevator to set, and yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna get too much into work, but all right. So we'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for the next live.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us, everybody. That was a blast. I really didn't think it was going to go this long. We were just kind of editing and felt like talking to everyone on YouTube. So thank you.